Ok, vamos lá. Deixa eu ver qual é a ideia desse jogo. Selecionar opções, vídeo, jogabilidade, idioma, legendas. Mas depende. Nome do interlocutor. Coloca a média. Não sei se está em português ou em inglês, né? Isso não parece. Jogabilidade. Lembrete da missão. Modo história. Modo normal. Modo normal.
"12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers.
Ele se chama Vampyr.
The falling of a star, a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Não sei se você já ouviu falar. Ele chama Vampyr.
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment, a righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
E aí, Mitsuki? Eu te bani? Eu te bani na PSN? Ah, meu Deus do céu. Não é o Mitsuki não, cara. Não é o Mitsuki não. Ah, meu Deus, só que me fartava. É tipo um 𝙤𝙖𝙪 1909, só que com... Cara, eu não sei como é que é esse jogo aqui. Eu vi algumas gameplays dele assim, só pra ver como é que era. Assim, o inicinho, né? Vamos entender o jogo jogando. Até bom, o jogo tá dublado. Esse é o jogo da PSN, que tá de graça. O início tá meio esquisito, né? Bom, ele não tem... Ah, ele já é um vampiro, ó. Ele é um vampiro. Será que ele é um cara que tenta se controlar? Não beber no sangue? Nossa, vai morrer. Caraca, velho, o cara é um vampiro. O cara é vampiro, velho, você viu? Passou a chupada no pescoço dela e vral, vral, vral. O quê? Nossa, ele... O cara chupou a irmã dele.
Hold on. Please, hold on.
Caraca, o cara chupou a irmã dele. Nossa. É pior que ele tava inconsciente também, meio... né? Novela da... Caraca, velho. O problema é que o cara tava louco, né? Tipo, ele meio que tava sem... Pelo jeito ele tava sem sangue há muito tempo. Caraca, que início.
It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain.
Matou a própria irmã. Ô, louco.
These patrols are after me.
Ó, que legal.
No, no.
E mano, será que eu posso fazer alguma coisa?
This is
Cara,
a
é
nightmare.
até interessante. O Dani ainda piora o jogo, chupou os negros. Como eu pensava, esse jogo é mais 26. É, pois é. Hora de criança tá na cama, né, Mitsuki?
I need to get out of here.
Será que não faz nada, não? Ele não faz nada. Não tem nenhum comando, não? O negócio dele é só correr agora. Droga.
This can't be happening.
Ele não faz nada.
No, please, stop. I mean you no harm.
Tá enfiando... Ih, meu filho, eu posso... A câmera deve estar mostrando a negócio de sangue dele. Ele não faz nada.
Oh, Mary. What have I done?
O cara passou...
What's all this about?
Será que tem alguma coisa?
Shit, where'd it go?
Oba! Aí sim.
I can do
Aí
this.
eu virei um pirata do Caribe. Tá. Será que tem alguma coisa aqui?
Who are you?
Ô, filho de uma... R3, velho.
But you left me no choice.
Não me deu outra escolha. Ih. Mano, sério mesmo. Sério mesmo. Vampiro é igual aqueles livros do Shakespeare. God of War de vampiro. Ai,
Who are you? Stupid beast!
ó.
Sorry.
Ah, o gráfico até que é bonito. É o mesmo otário que fica mandando mensagem.
No, please, stop! Who are you?
Ah, tá. Inimigo travado. Mira travado.
What do you want?
O que eu posso fazer? Será que eu posso chupar um sangue? Cara, que da hora esse jogo. Criança na cama tomou só um Floyd. E aí, Romário?
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? Do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
O cara tá queimando.
The sun feels like it's burning me to the bone.
E essa faca de manteiga. Deixa eu ver. Certos elementos como fogo causam dano agravado que reduz sua medidor de vida. Sua medidor de vida máxima. Cara, que interessante isso aqui, velho. Agora sim temos um joguinho de terror pra noite. Aí sim, hein? Tava faltando um joguinho de terror interessante na PSN de graça. Cara, pra você ter uma ideia, esse jogo, se eu não tiver enganado, tá 120 contos sem a promoção, tá de graça na PSN. Como é que tá? Bem carinho mesmo. Eu acho que é 120 mesmo. Ah, ele querendo me queimar, filho da puta. Precisa me encontrar abrigo mesmo, porque nós tá sendo chupado aqui. Será que ele encontra alguma coisa nesses trem ou ele... Será que ele faz alguma coisa pra chupar o sangue desses caras? Sei lá. Será que eles passam linguão nele? Tá, parte não abre deixar. O bom é que o jogo pelo menos é dublado. Então tem uma... Pelo menos a gente vai entender a história. Tudo. É, o móvel ainda não saiu, né? Um pouquinho caro. Ainda bem que saiu de graça. Talvez seja pra... Pra promover o jogo, eles colocaram na PSN, né? Talvez. Quem sabe vai ter um segundo jogo, vai saber, né? Deixa eu ver o que é isso aqui. Save? Que isso? Uma foto. Pô, mano, o cara matou a minha irmã dele. Mitsuki? O que você tá fazendo nessa conta, Mitsuki?
Brother, what have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us.
Foi você matou ela? Ué? Eu não entendo não. O cara matou ela, como é que vai falar que foi? Parece que o cara tava na seca. Vixe, será que é aqui? Ó, tem vários lugares. Ó, xelins. A moeda dos caras é xelins. O sol, né? Legal. Ele é bem vampiro mesmo, olha lá. Ele não gosta de do sol. Ele, né? Deixa eu ver. Então ele só anda à noite, então ele é um legítimo vampiro mesmo. Maluco, que jogo doido. Ih, será que ele se olha no espelho? Esperar, Daniel, o jogo tava em pré-alpha ainda. O jogo de céu sempre tem update. Ah, sim.
Who goes there?
Será qual que é o nome dele?
Are you referring to me? No. No.
Eu não consegui passar de
I still have
fase aí.
so much to accomplish.
O que? Você jogou esse jogo já?
I still have so much left that needs doing.
A moeda é 𝙭𝙬𝙖. Ah, legal. Vamos jogar. Vamos. Você vai ver, vai. É, sim, por isso que eu tô, mas tá demorando, né? Pensei que ia sair mais rápido. Ah, beleza, uma pistola. Ó, revólver.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! There's time. I can save him. That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital! Done. He'll live. And now what? We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
Nossa. Ah, é amigo dele, então.
It never got easy.
Provavelmente em dezembro deve lançar o jogo e ano que vem os updates. Espero que sim. Tô ansioso. Bora, agora eu tô armado, né? Era parceiro dele. Bem grande isso aqui pra ler. Ah, não vou ler isso não. Eu quero a história. Deixa eu ver se tem mais alguma coisa aqui. Ah, tá. Vamos tirar um ronco aqui. Parece legal esse jogo. Ah, mano, a cara dele é de vampiro mesmo.
No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it.
Daniel Kit que tava. Deve deixar.
So be it.
É o Thiago.
Rational thinking only.
Ih, que treta é essa, velho? Eu tenho que atirar mesmo? Aê, zeramos o jogo. Daqui até a eternidade. Vampyr. Esse cara parece o Wolverine. Eu quero saber que moeda é essa. Moeda que é essa? 𝙭𝙬𝙖. Deixa eu ver. 𝙭𝙬𝙖. 𝙭𝙬𝙖. Moeda. Um 𝙭𝙬𝙖 queliano é igual 0,052 do real brasileiro. Caraca. que seria? De que estado que é isso?
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness is as mad as the moon. James blood is sunk into a glowing reflex.
Camas de esconderijo permite que você evolua e descanse. Gaste pontos de experiência para subir de nível e melhorar suas habilidades vampíricas. Como selecionar? Comece selecionando a habilidade disponível. Autofagia. Selecione o primeiro nível de autofobia e gaste experiência suficiente para desbloquear. Autofagia. O vampiro usa o poder do sangue para curar dano normal ou agravado e aumentar a regeneração de ossos, carnes e nervos. Com o tempo, essa habilidade vampírica pode se tornar extremamente poderosa, surpreendendo os caçadores de vampiros incautos. Todos acham que os vampiros são imortais. Pode até ser verdade, mas se você bloquear a regeneração sobrenatural deles, eles se tornam mais vulneráveis do que parece. Que estranho. Então tá. Drene seu próprio sangue para instantaneamente curar dano normal e agravado. Ok. Você tem experiência para desbloquear uma habilidade agressiva. Desbloqueie agora. A música é bonita. Esse jogo deve ser aqueles igual do Infamous. Você pode ir para a loucura ou para a razão. Deixa eu ver então. Névoa sombria é mais top, hein? Lance uma nuvem de sombra. Olha. Olha, esse aqui rola, hein? Esse aqui rola. Deixa eu ver. O vampiro concentra as trevas em volta da presa e faz com que eles explodem após um tempo. A explosão gera lanças vivas afiadas, como agulhas que causam dano a tudo que estiver ao alcance. Muitos vampiros usam essa habilidade para exterminar grupos de inimigos à distância. Eles pensam que podem nos enfrentar com suas armas, mas ninguém pode derrotar as sombras. Foda isso, hein? Curti isso. Agora selecione descansar para salvar suas escolhas. Caraca, velho, que top isso. O cara se matou mesmo. Ele não tá sonhando, não.
Voice in my head.
Dando uma dúvida que eu tenho Red Dead 2, se zerar não pode mais fazer nada. Ah, eu creio que você pode continuar jogando ele. Quando você zera, você pode continuar jogando ele. Parece muito Homem-Aranha do PS4, essa parte de upgrade. É. Cara, bem interessante isso. Será que ele corre? Alcance a margem norte. Beleza. Eita. Ficou escuro do nada. E esse negócio aqui, esse rastro aqui? Será que é rastro de sangue? Olha isso. Caraca, que isso? Ah. Ixi.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
E agora? Rapaz, velho.
My head's
Você viu isso? Ah, mas...
It's locked.
It's locked. Eu tô com arma? Tô, né?
It's locked, all right.
Armas de mão oposta. Aperte triângulo para usar armas de mão oposta. Era se fosse... Cara, que top isso.
I'm still in Southwark.
Você acredita que tava passando era NBA? Eu pensei, aí vai ser hoje, quarta-feira. Fui enganado. Aperte o tempo, ó. Aperte X para morder um inimigo atordoado. Agora que você tem sangue, aperte R1 para usar. Rapaz, que top! Que top isso! Tem alguma coisa estranha?
I cannot enter.
Ah não, vambora. Eu posso esconder? Como assim? Novato resistente. Ah, que delícia.
Every fiber of my being is a fire.
Legal, eu posso. Ó, que vagabundo. Tem como desviar. Ó, que legal.
My strength, my reflexes. I'm
Só
not
mais
human anymore.
Trocar. Não, trocaram porque hoje pelo jeito era dia de. Pelo jeito eu que não sabia que ia ter NBA hoje. Eu pensei que tipo, pô, terça-feira, né? Nunca mudaram o horário. As docas. Será que eu tenho que seguir por aqui? Deixa eu voltar ali. Olha, que top. Ele vira uma sombra. Deixou um negócio aqui. Que isso? Ah, um cheirinho. Um cheirinho. Ele deixou a moeda deles. Componente comum de empunhadura. Deixa eu ver um negócio aqui. Apagar. Como... Ah, tá. Será que eu posso colocar mais alguma coisa? Cara, que da hora, hein, velho. Tava jogando Alone in the Dark dublado PS1 mais cedo, a parte da Aline, tô agarrado. Qual parte? Cara, que foda, velho. O inventário é bem top também. Cara, esse... Sério mesmo, eu acho que esse é um bom jogo pra noite. É um jogo bem interessante. Procurados? Seu rei e seus pais precisam de você. Junte-se às forças britânicas. Alistamento. Junte-se e ajude.
My poor sister.
Yeah.
If only I had controlled my need for blood.
Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Não, você que matou ela.
It's locked, all right.
Ninguém fica... Eita.
This is
Credo.
despicable. I cannot enter.
O que ele tava chupando? Sangue? Credo. Maluco, o cara é o bicho, mano. Literalmente. Ó, olha isso, que top.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now.
Normal, né? Todo jogo tem o seu load.
Control it.
Alcance a margem norte.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked. É interessante, ele fala em inglês. It's locked.
I cannot enter.
A porta está trancada. Interessante o jeito que ele fala. Tem alguma coisa aqui? Opa! Será que ele vai fazer com um xelim? O cara tá catando as moedinhas. Olha só que legal. Ele muda o campo de visão dele. Fantástico.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Que isso? Será que é rato que ele tá comendo? Cara, ele tá comendo rato.
Thirst for blood.
Caraca, que foda, ele tá comendo rato.
What will London have to say to me?
Ah, maluco. Sei lá, o que te aguarda. Que legal isso. Ele come rato. Fantástico.
It's locked.
It's locked.
I've so many questions unanswered.
Uau. Que jogo bizarro. Mano, que jogo bizarro. Ó.
Another corpse.
É, cara.
Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
Aí, olha, mais uma pra nós chupar o sanguinho. Tá fresco ainda lá, podemos chupar. Aí, ó.
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it.
Ih, ele já perdeu todo o cheiro, já era. Ninguém vai chupar ele.
I follow the scent's trail.
Com medo de rato. E aí, Antônio?
Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
O L3 é pra alternar o sentido, faz sentido.
Blood. The
Será que tem
smell
alguma
is
coisa
so
aqui?
strong.
Vamos pesquisar, né? Tá cheio de sangue aqui. Ó, caminho secreto. Fragmento de alumínio. Agora eu não entendo. Ah não, aqui é pra onde eu tenho que ir, né? Porque tá diminuindo. E top isso aqui, velho. Ó. É o jogo te ensinando como é que você faz. Você tem? Você chegou a zerar ele? Parece bem top o jogo. Tem vários lugares. Tá, vamos pra cá primeiro. Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Ai. Não tem nada? Ah, tem uma porta aqui, mas tá trancada. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa pra
Where has
cá.
everyone gone?
Onde estão todos? Sinistro. Opa, vamos chupar o sanguinho aqui com o ratinho. Siga os rastros do assassino. O novo esconderijo está neste distrito. Verifique seu mapa. Que legal. Esconderijo é aqui? Siga os rastros. Será que... Qualidade de sangue. Esconder. Detalhes. Que isso? Tá, mas eu quero ver um negócio aqui, né? Será pra que serve esse dinheiro, né? Será que ele vai comprar sangue? Deixa eu ver um negócio aqui embaixo. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa interessante.
This is a slaughterhouse.
Isso é um matadouro.
It's locked.
Ah, tá trancado. Que injusto. Alguém levou várias lambidas ali. Caraca, que jogo fantástico. Deixa eu caçar alguma coisa pra cá. Ver se tem alguma coisa interessante. Ele pula? Não, né? Cabana de Ruffles. Estado do distrito estável. O que será que eu faço com essas coisas, hein? Será que eu posso fazer algo mais interessante de equipamento ou é só... Bom, acredito que vampiro não saiba nadar. Que isso, mano. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa pra cá. Tá, vamos lá no doido. Enfiar o estaca no tórax. Pera aí.
A little life.
Finalmente vida.
They didn't deserve this.
Damn it. Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Ele é bom, Antônio? Zero não? Alguém entrou no bar? O que está acontecendo aqui? Como é que eu faço isso? E agora? Como é que eu faço isso? Ah, tá.
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Quem é essa? Isso.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog.
Ih, será que tá falando dele próprio? Isso não é um conto de fadas, né?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
O jogo é bom. Parece bem interessante, viu? Tá, deixa eu ver se tem alguém mais pra gente conversar.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
Que lugar é esse?
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought
Epidemia.
people may need a safe place to stay.
What's going on around here? Where
Cara,
is
ele tava
everyone?
fazendo como se ele não soubesse de
First the
nada.
epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning, drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog. What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
Sinistro.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take
Uai,
care of.
quem?
I only see
Nem tem
one
cliente
customer.
ali.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
Ah, ok.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Tá, vamos ver se tem alguém pra trocar umas ideias aqui.
Oh, God, sir. You look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell.
Deixa eu
Can I get you a
apagar,
drink?
fechar a
No,
janela.
thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Deixa eu ver que lugar
Where
é
am
esse.
I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
Vocês têm.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
Tá, noite longa.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake.
O cara é louco.
Yes?
No funny business, you hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Lascou.
It's locked.
Tá, é só subir. Mas eu posso descer. Legal, hein? Ó, 1500 de XP. Será que eu posso chupar o sangue deles?
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Deixa eu dar um rolê aqui. Vamos ver se tem alguma coisa pra roubar. Confronte o homem no segundo andar. Esse jogo tem save automático de decisão. Se você errar, lascou. Ah, mano, uma hora eu vou errar. É a primeira vez. O bom do jogo é isso, você errar.
Freewen has several patrols roaming the area. They do not pursue me. They're looking for vampires. They're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
Se ele estiver doente, você cura ele pra ganhar mais XP.
I think someone's eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
O jogo deve ensinar, ué. Tá no início ainda, não?
Vampire! Who are you? I mean you no harm, saith the vampire. Present yourself! I need a word. With anyone.
Fantástico.
Well, that's something I can do for you.
Se ele tiver doente, você cura ele. Ué.
And who might you be?
Eu não contarei. Deixa eu ver.
I'm not sure that I know anymore.
Might I at least learn the reason of your presence?
That's none of your concern.
Ué, mas aí não
Sir, you
rola.
have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire, like you.
E agora? Você fala como um especialista. Isso não é real.
You can't be serious. I'm not a... No. I can't be a vampire.
Sir, believe me, this is very real. You are a vampire.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may, if you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We are both chasing the same shadow.
Não sei bem.
This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
Eu exigirei respostas. Como assim pressione? Ah, ele tá saudável. Ele tá saudável, Antônio. Bom, pelo menos é o que o jogo mostra ali.
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Será que deu certo?
Can I have some privacy, please?
Ah, então tá. Não sei se...
I cannot enter. If 𝙤𝙤 is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must
Posso
know
chupar o
something.
sangue desses caras? Fadiga. Saudável.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous
No.
bolt, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Não sei não. Tá esquisito isso aqui. Deixa eu ver se ela tá saudável também. Procure o assassino e interrogue os moradores locais. Ah, agora tem. Ah, o rastro de sangue tá pra cá.
That's strange. The trail is very erratic, as if the killer was drunk or hesitant.
Será que eu tenho que investigar eles de novo?
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one
Será
else
que eu
came
tenho
into
que
your
investigar
bar
eles
before I
todos?
arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people, sir. That's what my job's about.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people, sir. That's what my job's about.
Tá.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Deixa eu ver se aquela mulher quer falar alguma coisa pra mim.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
Quero a
I
verdade.
spoke to Dr. 𝙤𝙤. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop.
Ele
He
veio aqui
came in
mais
here earlier
cedo.
tonight and he...
Ó,
Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
ele abriu o bico. Ela abriu o bico.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been
Espera
violent.
só um minutinho,
Until tonight.
Gabriel, que eu
Why
já
keep
vi.
it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one here. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Conversarei com o Tom. Tom Watts. Tá. Voltei, mal perguntei respondendo. Se eu tinha zerado respondendo a pergunta, eu tô numa parte onde tem escadas e onde tem um portão embaixo. Nessa porta leva a um corredor onde tem uma porta onde leva a uma janela. E nesse corredor tem duas portas por entre e outras portas. É tipo numa biblioteca, Gabriel, que você tá falando? Você descobriu uma pista, né? Ah, é porque você tem que pegar um telescópio e colocar lá numa escadinha que tem. Aquele código lá eu não vou saber de cor agora não. Tem um códigozinho que você tem que colocar. Mas se eu não estiver enganado, você coloca o telescópio lá naquele lugar, lá em Simão, na torre lá, e você vê uma cutscene lá, alguma coisa, e tem um número na janela lá. Aí você consegue. Interrogue os locais.
You again. What can I do for you?
Tá, conte-me sobre o
Tom,
William.
talk to me about the visit from your old friend William.
Yes, Will came by tonight.
Vê se
But he's not
você
my
consegue
friend
fazer
anymore.
isso.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier.
E nesse
He
mesmo
sleeps
lugar
there when
tem
he's
um
too drunk to get
chefão.
home.
Please
Você
describe
tem que fazer
him
uns
to me.
puzzles
Suspect.
numas
Tall,
partes lá.
sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old
No,
clothes.
tipo uns livros, tem tipo uns livros nessa biblioteca pra você ativar
If
também.
you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
You're still ugly as sin.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Tá. E agora, hein? Procure o assassino, inspecione os barcos. Ok. Inspecione os barcos.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Tem sangue ali. Mano, que
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
Ele deixou alguma coisa ali. Examinar ferrimento. Pegar a nota.
What's this? Some sort of note. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
Que bizarro isso.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself.
Mas pelo menos ele tava tonto, né?
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy
Gosta
drinker.
de trago. Deu pra ver, né?
There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Caraca, que foda. Nossa, mano, que jogo foda. Ó, olha isso. Me amarrei nesse negócio de virar sombra. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui. Ixi, tem gente aqui. Fora, atrás do inimigo silenciosamente? Como assim? Atrás do inimigo. Ah, não deu certo não. Tem que entender melhor isso. Talvez se eu... Bem sinistro isso aqui. Tá, deixa eu ver se tem rastro de sangue aqui.
Ammunition crate. Good.
Ó, vou precisar de
I
muitas
may need a
balas.
lot of bullets.
É, pode ser que essas balas sejam mais úteis pra frente. Será que ele abaixa? Sei lá, e faz alguma coisa? Aperte L3 para revelar inimigos ao redor e exibir o cartão deles. Alguns inimigos são mais resistentes corpo a corpo, poderes. Uau! Componente comum de empunhadura. Cara, que foda isso que eu fiz. Eita. Caraca, me amarrei nesse jogo. Tô amarrado nessa. Será como é que eu vou furtivamente? Oh, o cara tá atirando em mim, velho. Morreu? Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui por fora.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Sede de sangue. E aí, Mitsuki? Me empresta seu pescoço, Mitsuki?
It's locked, all right.
It's locked. É interessante ele falar it's locked. Será que eu tenho que dar pra cima, será? Que foda, hein? Não, eu tô diminuindo, eu quero ver um negócio aqui. Siga o rastro do sangue do Vampyr. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa pra cá. Ué, tem sangue
Fresh
aqui.
blood.
Vixe.
The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy. It's locked. This place reeks of bloodshed.
Ué, eu voltei no mesmo lugar? Não faz sentido nenhum isso. Ai, ai. Louco, esse jogo é o bicho.
Stop right now! Over there!
Tá, né? Vamos ver se tem alguma coisa interessante, né? Uma arma Lupara usada. Pica. Será que eu consigo upar alguma coisa? Olha, ele pula. Não, gastei meu poder. Dani, eu não sei porque eu tenho dúvidas do trabalho. Mas por que tipo se só fica nas... Eu sei que é uma... Mas às vezes... Não que eu... Adoro muito só. Ah, mano, sinceramente eu acho que... Sei lá. A gente só vê a real face das pessoas quando elas mostram. Confronte William Bispo.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Que maluco, chefe? Como assim? Eu não tô vendo nem no life, né? Ah, eu não posso usar o... Ah, é ali pra me curar. Ih, morri? E aí, como é que eu me curo? Ele falou L1 pra me curar? Como é que funciona isso? Será?
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
We knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe so. I already have.
Caraca, era uma vampira. A mina é uma vampira, velho.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer...
Boa noite, Antônio. Bom descanso.
Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention.
Aí não tem como saber, né?
The nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
Yes, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Vamos ver o que ele quer saber. Colete uma amostra de sangue.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Bora. 4 finais? Ô louco. Remada ao amanhecer. Eu também não sei, Romário. Eu ainda não sei. Vamos ver. História de Vampyr.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
Já eu te falo. Te dou resumo.
You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
Ele apagaram a memória dele.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain.
Não, ele é doutor.
Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Ele é doutor.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word again.
Que top,
From
velho.
a so-called man of science.
Eu sou doutor.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Então ele não estava infectado, ele não
Take a
sabia.
moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful
Pensei que eu que teria que escolher. Parece que ele perdeu a memória. Bom, parece que ele perdeu a memória. Sei lá o que aconteceu de fato com ele. Ainda não dá pra saber não. Vamos saber mais pra frente.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country.
Arrumou
He'll be joining us
legal
here
pra
at
ele.
Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to
Cara,
Nurse
que
Crane and the
foda.
staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. I'm coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Ah, deixa eu ver um pouquinho aqui da história. O enredo gira em torno do médico vampiro Jonathan Reid, que quer chegar a termos com sua condição de morto-vivo. Ele deve lidar com o fato de estar dividido entre o seu juramento de Hipócrates e a sua sede de sangue. O jogador não é obrigado a matar para terminar o jogo. Opções de diálogo podem ser utilizadas. Vampyr se passa em Londres durante a pandemia da gripe espanhola em 1918. A ambientação foi pesquisada ao ver. Eles estão lidando com uma gripe espanhola. Mas pelo jeito não foi a gripe espanhola que fez isso com... né? Sei lá. Bora ver o que vai rolar aqui. Deixa eu ver o que essa mulher quer.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Mr. Hampton needs me right now.
Fantástico. Ué. Pensei que fosse eu que ia ajudar.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked.
You can do better than that. Nah. It's my turn.
Será que eu tenho que matar? Leve em encontro.
Each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain. Your guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
A qualidade do som indica quanto você receberá. Quanto maior a qualidade de sangue, mais experiência você recebe. Para beber o sangue de sua presa, primeiro é preciso enfeitiçá-la e atrair para um local afastado de outras pessoas. Seu nível de enfeitiçar deve ser igual à resistência. Aperte L1 para... Ixi. Siga o rastro para...
Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Caraca, como é que eu sei? Siga o rastro vermelho para conduzir sua presa para a ação. Mas como é que eu sei para onde que eu tenho que levar ele? Aperte X para abraçar ou bolinha para libertar. Abraçar, Clélio.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this.
Piedade,
I will not
piedade.
take another life.
Pelo jeito ele tá bem, mano. Entre no hospital. Leve-me.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Será que isso reflete alguma coisa nele também? Ficar sem sangue? Leve-me para o hospital.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Ok, vambora.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Okay.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Será que tem alguma coisa? Sir?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller
Vixe, todo mundo
University
conhece
in New
ele.
York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui pra falar.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Parece que não temos mais nada pra perguntar pra ele, mas ganhamos experiência. Vamos ver se ela tem pistas pra nós.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them? Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Isso perigo.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Ok. Obrigado pelas informações. Deixa eu ver se desbloqueei alguma coisa aqui. Eu acho
Goodbye,
que
nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Papinho legal com ela. Tá, deixa eu dar uma averiguada aqui.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa. Com certeza tem que desbloquear. Como anda a equipe de
How is the Pembroke
funcionários?
staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned. Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Mais uma.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
É.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Tá.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Acabaram as perguntas pra você. Ué, tinha um cara aqui. Eu tava doido. Leve-me, encontre seu escritório. Não, deixa eu vasculhar aqui. Frequentemente. É, tá parecendo igual o coronavírus. Que estranho. Ele ficou meio cansado. Tá, vamos lá. Será que eu consigo falar com esse pessoal de novo? Tá, deixa eu entrar lá, vamos lá. Devido a este, o senhor não está aceitando, mas por favor, volte pra casa. É, o negócio é ficar em casa. Tá parecendo nosso. Deixa eu ver.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Bom, vamos ver aqui se temos alguma coisa desbloqueada. Ó.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Interessante isso, esse negócio de ficar caçando coisas pra...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Que doido.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Mas essa arma é minha, né? Ah não, isso aqui é pra comprar. Não, entendi.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save
Boa
lives.
noite, Romário. Bom descanso. Ok, perguntas pessoais eu ainda não tenho.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is
Até a
all right?
próxima.
It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Sua reputação.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Yeah.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Parece que você passou por maus bocados.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary
no
situation?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui.
Are you
Contrabando de
really
andar.
smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Acabou. Perguntas pessoais. Vamos negociar. Acho que ele não tem o que eu necessito não. Encontre seu escritório no segundo andar. Quero ver se tem mais alguém para conversar. Será que eu consigo achar mais alguma coisa? Aqui no fundo. Ok, nada. Maluco, eu tô gostando desse jogo. Tá demais. Vamos ver essa mulher aqui. Deixa eu ver.
Good evening, Nurse Brennan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui. Requer uma pista. Sua vida em Londres. Ok.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Tá.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Ai, Ray. Deixa eu ver perguntas pessoais. Não, não tem nada não.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Essa doida aqui.
Good evening, miss.
Eita
I'm Dr.
porra.
Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke
Ela
Hospital.
não parece estar nada bem.
And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Que é o negócio? Você é uma o quê?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Maluca, a mina é doida. Tá, vamos lá. Você é uma vampira?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Já ouviu falar disso?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say?
Nova
Sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Pra mim você tá doida.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
E ela quer sangue. Ferrou.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
A mulher tá loucona, velho. Seus inimigos.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Fantástico isso, velho. Pressione R1
Do you
para
require my
informar.
services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need
legal.
for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Informações. Interessante isso, velho. Tô gostando desse jogo. É um jogo também baseado em escolhas, isso é legal.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Meter soquer. Cara, que top isso, mano. Vou conversar com esses doidão tudo.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd.
Oh, esse aí é doidão, esse é novo.
Does my arrival
Eu não tinha conversado com ele ainda não.
some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swanson's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Vamos lá. Desembucha.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Não. Salvei muitas vidas. Interessante isso.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Okay.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Não, amor, é melhor moderar o tom de voz comigo. Não, falar isso não.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital...
Aí sim, eu consegui tirar uma informação.
Perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui pra perguntar.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk.
O cara é meio nervoso, né? Bom, mas já consegui mais informações. A doida tá ali. Mano, que legal esse jogo. Colecionável. Que top.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Isso sim é da hora.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Mais uma pista.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
And it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Ele tem problemas mentais.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the 𝙬𝙗 syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than Iriona.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
E acabou a...
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you in your flight.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel... empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest, and then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long. You know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place, and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Yeah.
It's locked.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Doctor.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured, you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs. Ď'oř.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Reads me like a book.
It's locked, all right.
Trancado. Trilha sonora é bem top. Entre no jardim do quintal.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Eu acho que agora não tem que entrar ali não. Caraca, é grande pra caramba isso aqui.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Por enquanto você não vai dormir no caixão, não. Tem munição. Entendi.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much to hide now.
Vamos tirar um cochilo aqui então. Sangue. Entendi. Mordida. Eu não tenho 500 não.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. What about my... thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Onde será que é o jardim, hein?
I cannot enter.
Tinha algumas portas que eu deixei, né?
Not now. Please come back later.
Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui em cima. Não abre não. Tá.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Goodbye, Milton.
Agora eu tenho a chave daqui.
It's locked.
Ué. Esse doido aqui.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survive the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. Taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
I cannot enter.
Sure, man.
It's one of them!
Mm-hmm.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. 𝙤𝙤𝙢, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir.
Why? When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
So you're ready to die?
No, I'm not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. 𝙤𝙢𝙢.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade. I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
eu evitar esses caras. Ué. Tem nada aqui. Entendi.
It's locked, all right.
Over there!
Deixa eu ter que aprender como é que recupera sangue. vou dar uma parada por aqui. Deixa eu ver aqui. Então é isso aí, uma boa noite, valeu galera, fui!